Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sevenoaks versus West Bromwich Albion PFC. We are underway, and Harry Bestwick straight away attacking that Sevenoaks goal. He's starting against the team he played for so many years. This will be an emotional one for him, I'm sure. Sevenoaks this weekend honouring Miles Miller, long-time Sevenoaks player, sadly passed away a few weeks ago. It's been difficult for Harry as well. It's for all of us who are connected with Sevenoaks. James Mason with this kick in. Bestwick gets to the end of that. Front bumpers through the gap between Alexander and Mason. I will introduce my co-commentator a minute into the game.
Thanks for that, mate. I was wondering when I was going to get a shout out.
The dulcet northern tones of Owen Swift. Who's put us together again?
Yeah.
This is recipe for disaster.
It is.
There'll be one moment where we just can't talk because we are laughing.
Only one moment.
I'm hoping. 1.5. Chris Gordon. Stanley Ball can break. West Brom. Disappointing result earlier. 1-1 draw with GBG Knights. They scored rather early on, and then GBG Knights got one back and defended heroically to earn a really valuable point for them. Good pressing by George Sheppy there. So for Sevenoaks, they have James Mason in goal, wearing the pink. Kyle Alexander in the middle. We'll play in the middle with George Sheppy and Stanley Ball on the wings. For West Brom, Chris Gordon in goal. Looks like Matt Gilbert operating in the middle, but we'll probably rotate with Chris Gordon, operate deeper. Lucas Christa and Harry Bestwick on the wings. Referee is Dave Morris, assisted by Rob Crawshaw and Ian Harley. Some information I think there is. I don't know what the temperature in the room, the wind speed.
The wind's blowing,
yeah, at the northeasterly. Oh my God, dear. Great minds think alike.
As Villa take the lead on court here.
Against Russells.
Yeah, against Russells, a local derby. Local derby.
I've got to watch what I say now. The WFA chairperson, Dean Williams, just sat right to my right-hand side. I can't. I don't know if that came through on the mic. Apparently, he's just keeping an eye on me.
It did come through on the mic.
Did
I
it?
heard it.
I'm being moderated. Bestwick, good front bumper. Matt Gilbert finds the corner. That is a fantastic finish.
Yeah, it's a well worked goal. Yeah, Sevenoaks will be a bit disappointed in that, but it was a very, very well worked goal. West Brom looked like they're. Oh, I forgot Colin was their first team coach now, isn't he? Yep, he is. He is, yep.
I was busy inputting the goal on the iPad. I was not listening to a word you said there.
I said I forgot Colin was first team coach because I was a bit confused why he was on court B when Brussels were on court A, and I'd stuck to last season because it is my first time here this season.
And mine.
And yours.
What's crazy is, shout out, Ben Keat for GBG Knights is going to play more weekends. I'm assuming if he makes all 5, we'll play more weekends in Nottingham in England this season than I have, and he's travelling all the way from Australia for every weekend.
Wow, yeah.
Bit crazy, that. Shocking from me and you. It's just holidaying off to the Caribbean for 3 weeks.
Yes.
While there's a Premiership weekend going on.
Shocking. Poor timing.
Got to say, that goal really well worked. The front bumper from Harry Bestwick, the pick-off was crucial. The assist was brilliant. Really pleased for Harry to see him jump up to this level.
It really shows that the philosophy that Chris and the West Brom coaches portray really shows through no matter what players And then, yes, they have struggled this season a little bit so far in the first weekend and this one, but the style of football's still there with the passing and the quickness of it all.
Sevenoaks conceded early on in their opening fixture against Aspire, and then managed to steady themselves, and they defended resolutely for the majority of the game. Ended up losing 3-0. West Brom will be hoping they can improve their goal difference a little bit. Sevenoaks will be hoping to continue defensive resolution. Bestwick goes against Carl Alexander, so unfamiliar territory for those two.
Two friends going against each other. Kyle Alexander and Harry Bestwick.
I can tell you, it's a weird feeling when you play against your former team.
Yeah.
When I came against Sevenoaks last season, it felt weird.
It looks weird as a neutral watching Harry playing against Sevenoaks. It's like when you used to be able to do them drafts on PES Pro Evolution Soccer, when you could put whoever in what team.
I know you can on Madden, NFL. You do a fantasy draft, just completely change the entire league. Good ball from James Mason. I'd like to see Stanley Ball anticipate that, go for a front bumper pick-off.
Maybe see some more risks being taken as the game goes on.
Man on was the shout he needed, because Matt Gilbert came in to front for that. Forgot I wasn't playing for Sevenoaks then. I can't just give a man on shout.
Sideline coming up. Deep in the corner.
RT sideline got to get out of the way. They're just sat in that corner.
I was very impressed with George Sheppy and Stanley in the first game.
Yeah, George Sheppy's done really well defensively, just getting it up.
As someone who'd never seen him play before, it was quite a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, he played quite well in spells on loan at... They both played quite well in spells on loan at Muscle Warriors last year. Of course, they've been given special dispensation to play with 3 PF2s. Because Miles was one of 2 PF1s at the club.
Yeah, it just makes sense to be able to do that.
Into the wall, James Mason goes. As he did earlier, actually. Full-blooded with Dan McClellan. Absolutely just went into the wall.
2 very adamant souls. Oh, Kyle's done very well to keep that in.
And winner kicking,
winners.
Yeah, he's done very well there. Very well indeed. That time not so lucky. Harry Bestwick wins a kick in for West Brom. Stanley Wall is not 5 metres there, but it comes to Matt Gilbert. Back to Harry Bestwick.
Oh, so unfortunate there.
Harry Bestwick, saved by Mason.
A massive gap to aim at there.
On comes...
an injured Brad.
Very injured Brad Bates. Didn't play in the first game, he's recovering.
Took him 3 hours to get out of bed this morning, I heard.
Yeah, because
not by choice, I mean...
No, he has got a broken leg.
He has, yeah. But yeah,
if
he's
you said that without laughing, that'd be... yeah, he has got a broken leg. So the fact he's here at all is incredible commitment.
I think it's more of a... he felt like he had to, other than the... after this morning's performance, maybe.
Just suggesting you watch that on the YouTube and went, fine, start the 3-hour timer.
Yeah.
I'll get out of bed. They need me. Oh, that was a really good attempt.
Better. A lot better this game.
Chrysler. Bestwick. Straight it.
James Mason.
Finishing each other's sentences. No.
That's what I was going to say.
Anyway. No, but in all seriousness. Kicking for West Brom. Bates, 180, fired across. Blocked by Mason. Shippy doing well here. Marshalling Chris Gordon. Has been turned inside out there though.
I see, he has just gone past him like he's not there.
Curse the commentator. We'll have a 2-on-1. Free kick for Sevenoaks. Just as you expect. Really struggling to get out of their half. In fact, their own defensive third. Really.
And have been for most of this game.
And that's going to go in off the back of Kyle Alexander. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, difficult one to take that.
He was saying to me during the week, Kyle, he did want to try and score more. Don't think that's what he had in mind.
He did technically score. Did he specify which goal?
No.
Well,
he didn't technically. 2-0 to West Brom.
Difficult start of fixtures for Sevenoaks this game week. You mentioned Aspire in the first. West Brom now.
But it does become crucial. The next 3 games for Sevenoaks. GBG Knights. So Bestwick has a chance there, and it takes a touch off of Mason and out for a corner. They play GBG Knights this evening. Last game of the day, and tomorrow they play Muscle Warriors and Middlesbrough. Games they will want to take points from in their race to survive. Chris Gordon. When it comes to Bestwick, I think it's going to be substituted off when this next goes out of play. That's whacked Stanley Ball right in the head. So there will now be a pause. We will check if he is okay. This is the last thing. Like, they have some kind of a concussion sub. There's a concussion check. I don't know. Drink of water.
That did now. Plant on his head there. He might have a shiner in the morning.
The old-fashioned test, how many fingers are up? Where are you? Who's the president?
Even I couldn't tell you half of them. Can't count.
Don't know who I am. Restart with a set ball. Sevenoaks coach Ian has just said he could have nodded it on. There's put that graphic in. Harry Bestwick goes off and Ollie Rock comes on. You should see that graphic on your screen. Big shout out to MK Battery for sponsoring the streaming this year. And the 2-on-1 Powerchair Football podcast. That is the last thing Brad needs, and he's the one that instigated that. My word. Spun into Kyle there. He doesn't seem best pleased with that decision either.
Yeah. I don't know why. It looks possibly in pain. Maybe.
I mean, I would be if I had a broken leg and I've just slammed my chair into another player. Bates gets on the end of that one from Gordon. Big swing and a miss. 3 minutes left. There will be probably a minute and a half or so added on time.
Yeah, due to that head injury. Nice, great play by Chris.
He'll flick it through the gap. Oh, he's got really the attention. Shippy. Bates gets in there. You know what? He is not afraid to put himself in harm's way with that broken leg.
If he's going to do it, he'll want to do it properly.
Yeah, if you're going to play, might as well just... What's the worst that can happen? He breaks the other leg?
Breaks the same leg again. I think the doctors will
be fuming.
Maybe not agree that he's here, but it's only advice at the end of
George
the day.
Shippy, I thought could have had a gap there. The front bumper it. That's where West Brom get caught. That's what happened in the GBG Knights game earlier on.
These headsets are rather warm in here.
That's something is because it's freezing outside.
It is very cold down here. It seemed to get, this morning when we were on our way down, it seemed to get colder the further south we got, which is unnatural. Some good play by Sevenoaks, stringing 3 or 4 passes together.
Brad Bates has the gap. Ollie Rock, who I think would have been better served, just letting it come to him and putting it in the corner because the gap was there. Chrysler, Gordon front bump in the gap. Well read by Mason.
It's the fact that know where each other's going to be without looking. West Brom.
Yeah. Mason tries to fire the one edge of the ball. It was well read by Gordon anyway. We're at 0-0, but as we said, there will be a few minutes added on. Chrysler, dummies ball. Mason has to just concede the kick in. Didn't know where Bates was there, really. Oh, that was nice from West Brom. Gordon.
It has been really good football from West Brom. Been very impressed with them.
I don't think, again, Sevenoaks have sort of recovered after going 2-0 down, and this game is following a similar pattern to the Aspire game earlier on, where they've gone 2-0 down, but they're actually recovering, and it's not like they're clearing chances off the line for West Brom.
Triple zeros for a little while.
About a minute and a half. Whistle is in the mouth of Dave Morris as that gets down to Brad Bates. Fires the ball across. Ollie Rock. Brilliant save by James Mason. And indeed there is the half-time whistle. Sevenoaks 0, West Bromwich Albion 2. Goal from Matt Gilbert and an own goal from Carl Alexander. The difference at half-time, a half that West Brom have dominated. Sevenoaks will look to regroup and go again in the second half. Join us for that shortly. Hello, welcome back to the second half here between West Brom and Sevenoaks. Some technical difficulties there. For some reason, the mics weren't coming through. I've now started the second half, so yeah, there's about 50 seconds difference between the clock on your screens and the clock here in the Lee Westwood Sports Centre. The scoreline is still West Bromwich Albion 2, Sevenoaks 0. There's goals from Matt Gilbert, then own goal from Carl Alexander.
Testing the memory there. At least this half it'll be.
Oh my word, good goal from Stanley Ball. What a goal that is! From Stanley Ball.
Just about to say, at least this half, there'll be more in front of us so we can see. They'll be closer and they go and score.
What a moment that is for Sevenoaks. And you know what? Allow me to say this. You know, we're really proud of that. Miles Miller.
Yes, definitely.
That is a goal made in Sevenoaks. That is a goal made in Sevenoaks.
Oh.
Stanley's come right through the academy. The setup, he's been there from day one. Miles has coached him. He'll be really pleased with that.
Chuffed to bits.
Chuffed to bits, yeah. He'll be looking down, proud as punch. I'll really please the Sevenoaks guys, and they've got a route back into this game out of nowhere. What a start this second half.
And they could double it. Here is Lucas Chrysler. Plays a ball, a confident ball to Chris Gordon. I think that's what West Brom are lacking this season, confidence. I think they've not been as confident from the start, really. But when you're losing players at the speed that they did, and good quality players as well, that's unlucky there from Sevenoaks. Ian Harley takes position in front of me, so I can't see.
So it's over to me, is it?
Oh.
Lucas Chrysler and Chris Gordon. Brilliantly well worked, and the front bumper from Brad Bates just wide of that far post. That was really well worked by West Brom.
I don't know when Brad's accident happened, but it will mean that he hasn't trained for a little while. He was only released from hospital Monday or Tuesday, I believe, when I was talking to him. So he won't have trained for a while. That's a nice touch, surely a goal. It is. It's a fantastic.
Is that it? It's a brilliant ball, it should be a goal. It is, done.
It's because James will be very disappointed in that. He could have done a lot better. The goal looked to be more open, and then when I seen him get back, I thought, you know what, he's maybe got this. And
I think his angle was wrong on the reverse. I think he could have saved that.
Yeah, he could have saved that. That's what I'm hinting at.
Yeah.
Because maybe the technique wasn't quite there.
Really well worked goal by West Brom though. Brilliant ball across from Brad Bates.
Fantastic.
Dissected the Sevenoaks defence.
The ball from Brad was second to none. It was amazing. Great touch.
It was
just as you thought, you know what, he can't do anything with this. He spins on it, sends a perfect ball over, and it's finished well.
Off goes Brad Bates, and on comes Matt Gilbert. I don't think you hit that yawn very well. It came through on the mic.
I know, I tried my hardest. It's normally I yawn with great emphasis, and but then doing a faint little is not bad going for me. There's Chris Gordon tackling George Shippey on the edge of the box. For someone who's not played at this level for very long, it's like George and Stan, they've slotted in like they've never been away really.
Christ as Gordon down the line. Not going to keep that in.
I do want to mention that Stan was away with me in Holland just before October, or during October, for a training camp that was set up by EPFA, and he did impress me over there. He was one of the strongest players, if not the strongest.
Goal kick for Sevenoaks. Oh, connected with that Stanley boy would have probably fined George Shippey. Could have had a front bumper one-on-one versus Chrysler. Good work from Matt Gilbert getting in there. Past George Shippey. Make sure that's to get back in the box and not give away the 2-on-1. It's turned into Matt Gilbert.
Yeah, surely a free kick.
And then Gordon's reversing the Shippey, and that'll be a free kick.
Take your pick, ref.
It's gonna take time for Sevenoaks with these two new young wingers. They're gonna get used to the level and not having to come in as much and chase. It's the same things with Sevenoaks. You know, it was the same 3 years when I was playing there. Just everyone talking to each other because they give away too many 2-on-1s at times. Matt Gilbert, Ollie Rock, Gilbert, they're too close, that'll be a 2-on-1. Someone saved Sevenoaks from giving away a penalty. Ball fired forwards, Christ is there, back to his goalkeeper.
Ah, it's a nice little fair. And that's an even nicer fair. And it wins them a 2-on-1.
Fantastic touch from Dave Morris to take it away from Ollie Rock. Brilliant ball.
West Bromwich Albion. It was a fantastic ball across from, I nearly said Alex Gilbert then. From Matty Gilbert. That goal is textbook stuff. Fantastic. The fake, double fake from Chris Gordon. He then wins a 2-on-1 in doing so. It goes down across to Matt Gilbert, who spins on it, and he could find, if you put a 50p piece on the floor, I'm 99% sure he would hit that 9 times out of 10 with a ball like that.
Not a 20p piece, no?
I'd even say 5p.
Whoa. I can't think of a smaller coin now.
Oh, well, that's a bit excessive. But yeah, it was a superb goal. Probably goal of the weekend, I'd say.
Oh, what a front bumper that
is. That is a shame.
From Lucas Christ, a brilliant front bumper. They've got to stick together here, Sevenoaks. They need to really positive communication, not...
And Harry Bestwick's come on now.
It's a double-edged sword. I think West Brom will want him to get a goal. I don't know if he wants to get a goal in this game, though. Harry. Christ, battling with Alexander. Alexander wins that duel. Gordon, Gilbert, back to Gordon, across to Bestwick. Tries to football in the gap. Gordon flick to Bestwick. Good recycling from Bestwick. This is nice from West Brom. Gilbert can't quite find the gap. Shippy at the back now with Mason. He's played advantage for a free kick, I'm assuming, for 2-on-1.
Blatant 2-on-1,
yeah. Tries to winds up the big one, can't quite get it under control. I mean, the only reason I was hesitating was going, surely if they're playing advantage and the free kick's in the box, it would be a penalty. No, you just threw a penalty, but it must have been a 2-on-1. Kyle's spinning around and he's like he's going to tip out his chair. Tries to come. Mason's come driving in, and that'll be a free kick. My word, it's got a bit feisty all of a sudden.
Yeah, as for a game that's
4-1.
4-1. Normally teams that are maybe a little bit closer together.
Gordon with this goal kick for West Brom. Rare goal kick in this game. For the Baggies. Greister. Back to Gordon. Gordon just driving Stanley Ball back towards his own goal.
I do apologise for the lack of support that I've got for you here, Greg, but I'm choking on thin air and I don't really know why.
That's not exactly handy.
That time of the year, it's...
Price is just going through the Sevenoaks defence here.
Yeah, he's done really well there. I think some individual training from Chrysler has paid off, maybe with the absence of Brad Bates at training. It maybe means that...
See, technically, right, I want to just point this out, right? 2-on-1 was given, but Chrysler went off the pitch.
He did.
And then came back on. He did come back on straight away. But technically, he went off the pitch and the 2-on-1 is negated, no? Because you're allowed to do that now.
But, yeah, but he didn't leave the pitch to avoid a 2-on-1.
No, yeah.
Because it was a 2-on-1. So I was thinking that myself. Oh, that is fantastic work.
Wasn't quite enough on it to get it all the way to Bestwick, but it was a really nice idea. Gordon. Played it to Bestwick. Brilliant play. Oh, and there would have been the tap in at the near post for Bestwick. Well cut out by Mason. Gilbert, front bumper, Bestwick. It's got behind Mason Alexander. Nearly 5th goal for West Brom. Will cross.
Yeah, it's done well to make it that far. We're into the final 4 minutes 30. West Brom launch another attack.
Brown comes back on for Harry.
And we go back to Chris Gordon here. Yeah. Oh, it's nice. Really nice player.
Gilbert across to Bates. Shot the near post wide. Don't think the shot was never on. I think Matt Gilbert's played really well since he's come back on.
Yeah, it was...
He's an underrated player, Matt Gilbert. He just goes under the radar, just does the job so well.
It does. It's because a lot of the time he's not shoved in goal, but he's that solid. It often means that he's quite a safe choice to put at the back. But he can do a job in offence as well. That's a great ball by James, but it's cut out. James Mason. Oh, it's wide open. There it is. There's the 5th for West Brom as they take. As they take Sevenoaks to the sword. It was a fine finish from a man you were on about not too long ago, Matt Gilbert, who's showing in offence he really can do a job. And Lucas Christer at the back is a solid choice. I am impressed, and hats off to Brad Bates for coming out playing, not only playing with a broken leg, playing very well not long after his injury. He's realised that his team needed him, and it could be a decision that saves West Brom's season. For
bold statement.
It's West Brom will know it themselves. They're very below where they would want to be. And it is a shame to see, because West Brom are a good team, and they've shown it here today that they can really, really play as well as ever. So hopefully more consistently they'll play like this. More consistent performances will lead to consistent results, and West Brom will be back in the fight for promotion as another goal goes in.
Christ, he's been threatening that all game.
Yes, he has. Yeah. Very brutal, but it gets the job done. And look where it gets him. Got him a goal there.
They've got to dust this off, Sevenoaks. Big game against GBG Knights later on. They've had the two really tough
GBG Knights have done well today. They've played really well.
Took that point against West Brom in the opening game. We hit 000s on the clock. There is a full-time whistle. Sevenoaks 1, West Bromwich Albion 6.
Are we allowed to ask player of the match?
Yes, we can do a player of the match.
You go first.
The only one to consistently play the full 40 minutes, Chris Gordon. And Lord Lucas played. Did Lucas play full 40? But for me, Chris, he played the full 40. And, like the wingers did damage in spells, but full 40 minutes. Thought Chris Gordon was excellent.
I'm going to go Brad for coming out of injury early, spotting that they needed the change, and getting his himself here, although it is local for him, but well played to all West Brom, but Brad in particular for man of the match.
Thank you, Owen. Thank you, everyone. We're back shortly for Teesside versus Middlesbrough.